everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to my game of Marvel Champions. Today I am taking on Taskmaster. Winter Soldier leveled up in the last game. I got a bonus card that gave me +4 hit points, so I'm going to be starting with 15. Taskmaster starts with 13. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle my deck and explain what's going on. So Taskmaster, his initial main scheme starts with 1 per player. So I'll be starting out with 1 threat on it. But this scenario also starts with Hydra Patrol in play. It has a crisis icon, so I cannot take threat off the main scheme until I get rid of these 2. They also enhance any Hydra Patrol that show up. So it says each player searches, when you defeat this, each player searches the deck for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. So, yeah. That's not good. All right, so I've shuffled my deck. Let's shuffle the encounter deck a couple times. What else? So, oh yeah, hunting down heroes. So his main event says, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Step 1 of the villain phase is is when he attacks me. So, actually no, it's putting threat on the main schemes. Never mind, sorry about that. It says after you do that, each player in hero form must choose to either place a threat here or take a damage. So Taskmaster's pretty tough. I often play him with a group. We usually play him, and with 4 players, he can get pretty nasty. Let's see how I do with this scenario. Now, the first thing I have to do, it says, during setup, set each captive ally. There are 4 captives that are going to come into play. If I rescue them, I get to keep them and use them as allies. It says set each captive aside out of play, search the encounter deck for Hydra Patrol, which I already did, put it into play, and then shuffle the encounter deck. So we are ready to go. Taskmaster, by the way, it says forced response. When a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. So, yeah, there you go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll take my 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me flip this over. Now, if I don't draw his arm, I can search for it. So, oh, I already got, believe it or not, I did get his cybernetic arm. So good. I do not have to search for it in my deck, which would cost me 1 resource. But, you know, it's not that bad. I've got toe-to-toe, which will have an enemy attack me and deal 5 damage. No quarter, attack team, another toe-to-toe, and his armor, which gives me +3 hit points. That's a really good one. Let's go ahead and I'm going to pay no quarter to get out my cybernetic arm. And remember, I can exhaust it to generate a wild resource for any attack event, and it also deals 1 damage. So if I decide to go toe-to-toe, Taskmaster will hit me, but I'll do more damage. Now, by the way, I haven't flipped to hero form yet. I'm going to do that in just a second. So yeah, we have to do it. So let's go ahead and flip. And it says after a player changes to hero, discard the top card and take damage equal to the number of boost icons. This has 1, so I take a damage. Already down to 14. All right. I need to get rid of this threat because I can't work on this without it. So I'll go ahead and thwart for 2 to remove these 2. And it says, when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard for a Hydra minion. I want to get a weak Hydra minion, and then after you search it, you have to shuffle it. So the Hydra Soldier is not bad. Let's see if I can. Hydra Hunter's got 3. I could kill him pretty easy, maybe. We'll see. Hydra Regular, Insight 1. That's not a bad one. He's only got 2 health. And that one might be a good one. Let me see what else we got here. Hydra Hunter, Hydra Soldier. Yeah, I'm going to take the Hydra Regular. And when this card is revealed, place 1 threat. So I do have to... Now, it wasn't revealed. Revealed is when it comes off the encounter deck. I had to just basically find one because this says when defeated, each player searches for and puts it into play. So it's not revealed, so I do not have to put that. It's called Insight 1, which means you just put a threat on the main scheme. All right, so he's engaged with me. What else can I do? Well, I could hit him. I could hit him with toe-to-toe. He'll attack me for 2, and I'll hit him for 5, 6 actually, but it's not going to pass through to Taskmaster, which is what I don't like. Let's go ahead. I could pay toe-to-toes to deal winter armor. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pay the 2 to get out his winter armor. And winter armor gives me +3 health, so I'm up to 17. And I gain steady, meaning I need 2 of a tough. I mean, 2 of a stunned or 2 of a confused for that to happen. It leaves me with tack team, which I cannot afford. And that is all I can do for this turn. So it is now the enemy phase. Enemy phase, Taskmaster will put 1 on the main. Then it says, after resolving step 1, each player in hero form chooses to either place a threat there or take 1 damage. I'll go ahead and place a threat there. And this, by the way, this can get up to 12 threat before I lose the game. So it says if this stage is completed, the players lose. So I'm going to have to remember that. So now that I've placed it, he will attack me for 2. I've already exhausted, you know what, duh me, I forgot to ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I knew there was something I forgot to do. Maybe I have an arm block, that would be good. I do not have an arm block. So he will attack me for 2. Do I want to defend? This one's going to attack me for 2. So when he attacks me, I will... Do I have anything to hurt them? No, no, no. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid, you stun it. Okay, that one might be good for him. And it will only cost me 1. Okay. I'll go ahead and take the 2. I'm going to... I'm not going to defend. 2, 3, 4. So I'm down to 13. And then this one attacks me for 2, and I'm down to 11. Then I have to draw an encounter card. I got Mimicry. When revealed, hero form, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If an attack card was discarded, Taskmaster attacks you. Well, I guarantee one of them is going to be an attack card. 5, 1, the first one. If an attack card was discarded. So 1, you still have to get rid of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there was an attack card, which means he will attack me for 2, 3. So I'm down to 8. All right. And this goes away. All right. My turn. Well, let's go ahead and get out... Bambino would do, so when attached character makes a base, remove 1 ammo, this deals 3 damage and gains overkill. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Bambino. I am going to pay for it with 2 resources, 2, 3. It gets 3 uses. And now I will attack, do a basic attack. I'll do a basic attack for 2. And I'll use the weapon. When attached makes a basic, remove a counter, and it does 3. So I'm doing 5 damage. So 2 gets rid of this guy. When I defeat an enemy, I remove 2 from 2 threat. And then 3 pass through to him. So he goes down to 10. Okay. And I can't do anything else. I don't have enough. Actually, hold on. Exhaust to do an attack event. Here's an attack event, and I could pay it with this. I'll pay it with this. Exhaust to generate. So I'll exhaust to pay for this. Hero action. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid with a lightning resource, and I paid with a wild, so it does count. You stun the enemy, so he is stunned, and I just did 4, so he's down to 6. Didn't defeat him, but that's okay. This goes away, and that is the end of my turn. Yeah. All right, ready up. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we got. An arm block would be nice. I did not get an arm block. All right, but he's stunned, so he will not attack me this turn. All right, it is now his turn. He puts 1 on the main. It says, after resolving step 1, each player and hero chooses to either place a threat there or take a damage. I'll put another threat. Now he will attack me. He is stunned, so no damage. Discard the status card, and that is that. Now I still have to reveal a event card, or yeah, event deck. Attached to Taskmaster, he's got photographic reflexes. When a player attacks, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead, then discard it. Wow. Okay, so if I attack him this turn, he's going to do that damage back to me. So I don't want to use Bambino. Instead, it is now my turn. Let me see what I got. Spoiling for a fight, full body charge will kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be really good, but so would Metal Punch. But again, it won't deal damage. So here's how I'm going to play this. I am going to attack him for 2. This goes away, and it says when a player attacks, prevent all damage and deal an equal amount of damage back. So I take 2 damage, so I'm down to 6. But now I'm going to play Metal Punch. I'll exhaust the cybernetic arm. Doesn't really, you know what? I don't have to exhaust it, but I do need to pay for this. If you exhausted attack, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep full body charge. I'm going to pay 3 to play Metal Punch. Deal 7 damage. That knocks him down to 0. So he flips over to number 2. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Forced response. After a player changes to hero, discard the top of the counter, take damage equal to the number of boost icons. So still the same thing. All right, he goes back up to 16. And it is still my turn. I played Metal Punch, but I do not have anything to pay for full body charge. I am done. So I'll ready up. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please let there be a metal armed block. There is not, so he will attack me. All right, what do I have? Do I have anything that can block? I do not. All right, so on the start of his turn, he puts 1 on here. Now remember, it can get up to 12, and it's at 4 right now. After resolving step 1, each player chooses to place 1 threat here or take a damage. I'll have to place a threat, so it's at 5. Now he attacks me. 2. I'll take that. I'm down to 4. And now I have to reveal, this was the first one, I have to reveal an encounter card. So we reveal this one first. The villain attacks me, so 2, 3. I'm down to 1 health. And we have a captured by Hydra. When revealed, place 1 random set-aside captive beneath this scheme. When this scheme is defeated, the player who defeats it takes that ally into their hand and removes this scheme from the game. All right, so I'm just going to shuffle these up. And we will put this here. It has 5 on it, and we'll put this behind it. I don't get to see what it is. We'll just put it behind there, and that is it for the encounter deck. Now I am down to 1. I am in trouble. So before I do anything, I want to hit him, and then I want to flip and heal up. So I'm going to go ahead and play full body charge. It does 8 damage. I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to pay for it. Knocks him down to 8 health. All right. I could thwart, but I better not. I'm going to flip, and I'm going to heal. Now the bonus says I get +1 to my recover, so I'm actually going to be able to recover for 4. So that'll take me up to 5. And it says, after you exhaust this card to draw a card. So I get to draw a card. It's a hand cannon. It does give me +2 attack. I'll hold on to, I don't know. We'll see. I may not use that. All right, I did 8. I healed, and that's all I can do. My turn is over. I ready up. I am going to get rid of this one and draw a full 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I'm hoping for a metal arm block. I got an arm block. That will keep me alive for a little bit longer, but not until I flip over. He's going to scheme this time. It is his turn. I'm in alter ego form, so this doesn't trigger. However, he will scheme for 2. Actually, I got to put 1 on here. Hold on. 1. Now he schemes for 2, 3. So we put a 3 on there. This thing is at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 12. I am, ooh, that's not good. Okay. And now he schemed. Now I reveal a card, and I got Shadows of the Past, which stinks. I hate shadows. That means I've got Crossbones aiming for me. This gets shuffled in, this gets shuffled in, and we now have a side scheme in here. The side scheme says each Hydra minion gets +1 attack and +2 hit points. All right, I need to do 8 damage to Taskmaster and end this fight very, very soon, or I'm in trouble. All right. The problem is Crossbones has come out with a quick strike. He does 2 damage to me. After he attacks and defeats an ally, plays 2 threat. Okay, so he does 2 damage, so I'm down to 3. Let me look at my cards, because it is now my turn. Arm block didn't help me this turn. Metal punch, that would do it. We are going to end this game very, very quickly. All right, I am going to flip. I am going to pay metal punch for 7 damage. It costs 3. I can do 1, 2, 3. It does 7 damage. I will go and do 7 to him. He is down to 1. And that is done. And then I can attack him for 2, 5, and he is done. All right. That's probably the fastest I've ever beaten Taskmaster solo, but that was pretty good. All right, there you go. Taskmaster is defeated. He was at 9 out of 12 threat. This one had 5. This one had 3. I did not get to rescue any of the allies, which if you do, each player who rescued 1 or more adds those allies to their deck. Well, I did not get to rescue 1. I guess I could have. It would have taken 5, but it would have extended the game, and I was really getting low on health. When you're low on health, it's best to go ahead and take out the enemy if you can and just hope for the best. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Marvel Champions. Took out Taskmaster. In the next episode, I will be taking on Zola. Yep, Zola. He's one of my favorite enemies. All right, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.